Dia tak ada prinsip perjuangan yang sama, dia tak ada ideologi yang sama, ya. Selain daripada soal perimbangan ini, ya. Ideologi, mungkin ideologinya demokrasi sosial ataupun ideologinya liberalisme, tak ada ideologi yang sama. Tak ada ideologi yang sama. Dia hanya mahu merebut kuasa. Tak ada cita-cita yang lain. Bermakna sekiranya dia berkuasa nanti, dia akan menggunakan segala cara untuk kekalkan kuasanya.
They pretended not to know what was happening behind his back. Announced that there was no rift between him and Anwar. But Anwar knew that Mahathir was trying to tell him that his game was over and there was still time for him to back down. At this time, Anwar realized that he had lost, but we do not know why he still wanted to continue with his plan. Is it because he had no choice, or believed that he could still win? Or was he hoping for Mahathir to announce his retirement plan? On the 18th of June, 1998, copies of the book 50 Reasons Why Anwar Cannot Be a Prime Minister was distributed at the UMNO General Assembly, and Anwar's crony, Zahid Hamidi, distributed the list of projects linked with corruption, prominently featuring the name of Mahathir's son at the top of the list. Behind the scene, Anwar sent a letter to Mahathir, praising and assuring him of a glorious future. But Anwar did not know that Mahathir was also playing politics with him. Mahathir held a 3-hour meeting with UMNO Supreme Council members on the night before a party General Assembly without Anwar. 19th of June 1998, the UMNO Assembly was shocked with Mahathir's reaction in exposing the list of Anwar's cronies, who included his father and siblings as shareholders in privatized Bumiputra companies worth millions of ringgit. More interesting is that the list included the names of well-known writers and journalists who had been known to champion for the people's cause.
Nama-nama macam-macam keluar. Apa ni, Rahim Gaus, Mak Sibi, Khalid apa ni, Berita Harian, Kamaruddin Jaafar, Nasaruddin si usaha dia dulu. Abang dia tiba-tiba jadi kaya. Bapak dia dulu tiba-tiba pula boleh tukar dan duduk di apa ni, Seri Kembangan dengan banglo yang besar. Dulu duduk rumah di Petaling Jaya aja. Dan semua dia berlaku selepas dia jadi Menteri Kewangan. Yang Anwar ni hebat, dia boleh tuduh orang kronisme, walau dia sendiri yang mengamalkan kronisme.
In a swift action, within one day, Mahathir was able to thwart Anwar's attempt to seize power from him by using the man Anwar despises the most, Dato' Sri Najib Tun Razak. The most crucial act in the counter-reaction by Mahathir was to give a message to Anwar that all the abuse and corruption done by him were known by the public. Accepting and understanding this message, we were informed by our sources that Anwar raged and wept that night and buried his pains in extramarital liaison. Mahathir's message to Anwar became clearer when he appointed Daim Zainuddin as Minister with Special Functions, post specially created to implement Mahathir's policies to address the financial crisis by taking over most of the responsibilities of the Finance Minister. July, it became obvious to the people that Mahathir's action was to penalize Anwar, but still give him a chance to prove his loyalty, and Mahathir was prepared to forget what he did. The media, which was under his control, highlighted stories on Anwar's loyalty to Mahathir instead of the economic crisis, which they claimed worsened under Mahathir. George Soros opened his direct line to Anwar, and this led to the US pressuring Mahathir to step down. The IMF promised assistance if Mahathir resigned, while British Prime Minister Tony Blair was always in contact with Anwar to discuss ways to oust Mahathir.
Kepentingan lobi-lobi ini bertentangan dengan kepentingan negara kita, sama ada dalam konteks Asia Tenggara dan China ataupun dalam konteks Asia Barat, Israel, Palestin dan negara-negara lain dan sebagainya.
Anwar ndak, Malaysia ni tak cukup sekarang ni. Malaysia mesti pergi kepada ala secularism, ala liberalism untuk menyesuaikan dengan kemahuan Amerika Syarikat. Itu penting tu dengan kemahuan Obama.
Mahathir, who was getting more confident with his economic recovery plan, portrayed himself to be a stronger leader. On the 8th of August, he asked Anwar to resign. Then, Mahathir had sufficient proof to convince everybody in his office that the legal actions against Anwar for corruption and graft would not affect the people's confidence in his government. They began with the quiet sweep of the newsroom and newspaper organizations and TV3. Either left or were transferred. Bank Negara government Ahmad Don and his assistant Fong Wing Pak signed.
Dulu-dulu dalam stage, kalau kita ingat tiap-tiap kali dia punya roadshow, PKR punya roadshow, atas stage tu tak kurang daripada 20-30 orang. Dan ceramah dibuat tak kurang daripada 10 orang. Seorang 10 minit, 10 minit, 10 minit, 10 minit, 10 minit. Sekarang ni ialah biasanya Azmin dekat situ, Anwar Ibrahim dan Mak Noh Manuti, itu saja. Yang lain saya rasa tidak kelihatan di sana, malu nak di sana, malu nak diasosiasikan dengan Anwar Ibrahim, dan bukan saja malu. Kalau tengok misalnya Tibai, memang gerakan yang dibuat oleh mereka yang meninggalkan Anwar Ibrahim setelah memahami luar dan dalam Anwar Ibrahim, tak mahu Anwar Ibrahim menipu rakyat banyak, maka mereka memperjuangkan apa yang dinamakan Tibai.
Sebab-sebabnya, saudara, mungkin berbeza-beza ya, kenapa mereka undur daripada Parti Keadilan. Sebahagian daripada mereka kerana soal moral. Kerana mereka dapat tahu tentang apa yang benar-benar berlaku. Sebagai contoh, kawan baik saya, Izam.
Dr. Chandra Mustafa, orang itu bukan orang biasa. Dia berajaran memang tinggi, PhD, dan dia tinggalkan dia. Dan Malina Yusof, memang dulu jawatan kuasa pusat UMNO, dan tinggalkan dia. Dan ada Ustaz Roslan Kasim, tinggalkan dia. Anwar Tahir, yang seorang yang begitu aktif dalam NGO, tinggalkan dia. Dan banyak lagi. Kenapa?
Senator Izam undur kerana beliau ada maklumat secara langsung tentang kecenderungan Anwar ini. Yang Anwar tak berani summon Izam dalam mahkamah.
Senator Izam Muhammad Noor berjuang untuk dia penjara 2 tahun. Dan keluar dari ISA ditahan 2 tahun. Dan pun tinggalkan dia. Ya, betul orang yang betul rapat dengan dia sekali. Mesti ada sesuatu yang tak kena.
Yang lain kerana politik kotor Anwar ini, politik oportunisme. Mereka dah nampak cara dia mempermainkan pemimpin-pemimpin, isu-isu dan sebagainya. Ada yang lain yang undur kerana macam saya tentang soal-soal antarabangsa ini. Ya, itulah sebab-sebabnya kawan-kawannya undur.
At the time, for the first time, the faceless man stood alone. The Americans, British, Turks, and Saudi Arabians had nothing more to offer him.